Hi, my name is Doug and I'm a senior lecturer in the School of Media and Communication. In this short video we're going to have a look at mixed methods research. Mixed methods research is a really interesting way of bringing together different methods to help us understand a phenomena. It's designed to help us overcome some of the limitations on carrying out research using only one method. It has a great range of advantages. It produces a huge amount of data, which is easier to describe and easier to report on than perhaps a single method might be. It enables us to make large generalizations about what's happening with a phenomena that we're examining. It can also help us to validate the findings from our own study or from somebody else's study by adding an additional way of looking at that subject. And it can really help us understand unexpected results by giving us another way of looking at the same phenomena. It does have a significant number of limitations though. As you would imagine, using more methods and mixing methods together is much more time consuming. There's also problems of different methods producing different types of data and us having to think about how we combine those findings together. They're also quite difficult to plan as projects. Thinking about the ways in which the different methods are working to support each other rather than in conflict can take a lot of preparation. Fortunately for us, there's some really good materials about how to do mixed methods research. And some of the best stuff you can read is by John Creswell. He puts down 4 fundamental questions that we need to ask when we're planning mixed methods research. We need to first of all decide what order we're going to collect our data in. We need to decide which method is going to have priority, or which methods will be prioritized. We need to think about how we're going to interrogate the data once we've had it. What methods are we going to use to explore that data? And finally, he tells us that we must think about the theoretical perspectives that are going to underpin the research we do. Better than just providing us with those 4 questions though, Creswell also provides us with 6 strategies for doing mixed methods research. We're going to have a quick look at those now. The first one is what he calls sequential explanatory research. In this method, we first collect quantitative data and then qualitative data. And we use that qualitative data about thoughts and feelings to help us understand the quantitative data, numbers and statistics. His second method is called sequential exploratory. And this one is almost the opposite. So here we start with qualitative research and then we use quantitative research to help us understand that. In this method, what we're looking at is perhaps doing some interviews and finding an unexpected answer, and then using a quantitative method such as a survey to find out whether that unusual finding is applicable to a larger group of people or activities. His third strategy is called sequential transformative. And in this strategy, we either collect quantitative or qualitative data first, and then we go through a period of deep interpretation of that data using specific interpretation methods that are linked to the theories that we're using in our research. His fourth strategy is called concurrent triangulation. And this is perhaps the most famous type of doing mixed methods research. Here we take multiple methods, whether they're qualitative or quantitative, and we triangulate our findings. So we use first one method, then we use a second method in order to validate that information, then we add a third method in order to validate the information from those 2 first methods, and then we can say that our results are robust and well examined. Creswell's fifth strategy is called concurrent nested. Here we take two methods and we run them at the same time. However, one of them is much more dominant and takes the lead in our research. The second method is used to either test a small part of that larger method or to help us understand a smaller part of the overall phenomena. The final of Creswell's strategies is called concurrent transformative. In this method, we start with a large or interesting theory that we want to test. Most of our methodology is taken up looking at that theoretical idea, and then we devise a method, whether it's qualitative or quantitative, that helps us test whether that theory is either true or is whether it's applicable within the circumstances or phenomena that we're studying. These 4 questions and 6 strategies are really helpful in designing and framing our mixed methods research. While mixed methods is much more time consuming and can be much more complicated, it can also give us a much richer, deeper and robust set of results. So as you're planning your research, do consider undertaking a mixed methods approach.